Most people are stuck financially, and it's not because they don't work hard. It's because of this one thing: they don't follow the rules. I used to think working harder at a 9 to 5 was the key, but I was still living paycheck to paycheck. It wasn't until I changed my strategy, and that's when everything started to click. In this video, I'm going to show you how to break out of the financial trap. Even if you're working full time and you feel that there's no way out, I'm going to share the exact steps that you can take to gain more freedom and build your wealth without burning out at your job. My name is Dean the Wealth Coach, your go-to guy for building wealth. Most people won't do this to win, as you can see here, and I call this the wealth blueprint. Oh. So with this blueprint here, I'm gonna show you guys how to use this, and you're probably wondering, what are all these shapes for, right? And this is how life works. They call this the natural law, or they call this natural law. And natural law is your current situation, your desired destination, but it's in the middle that the magic starts to happen. So I'm going to explain this in an easy way that everybody can understand. Baking. I'm hoping everyone likes to bake. I love to bake. So when you're baking, you say to yourself, I want to bake a cake. You have the idea in your head, okay, I want to bake a cake. So that's your end goal. Your end goal is to get a cake. This is where your cake's going to be. And this represents your cake. Where you're starting is, you have the idea to make the cake and you have the ingredients. So you got the ingredients, but the ingredients can't make a cake. You have to have a recipe. And with the recipe, it tells you how to put the ingredients together, how much of the ingredients you need, and how long to bake the cake for. So here you have the ingredients, once again, so I'll just put ingredients. But with the ingredients, you also need the recipe. So down here you have the recipe. And when you mix the ingredients with the recipe, guess what you get? Dun, 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 a cake. And that's how natural law works. So now you're maybe saying, okay, how does this apply to my wealth? Easy. When you have wealth, think of it, or when you're building your wealth, you have to say to yourself, okay, I'm working hard for my money, but my money is not doing much for me. I'm barely making anything to cover my bills. But this is your current situation. So just call this current situation regular salary. Let's say you're making 60K here. 60K a year. So 60K a year would go here. So this is just your regular salary. So reg salary. But how do you build your wealth with a regular salary? You're struggling right now, right? So how do you make this accessible, or how do you build the wealth from this? So what you got to do is you got to take your regular salary and you got to do something. It could be a side hustle. It could be picking up a new skill, starting a business, start to invest. There's many different things that you could do, but I'm going to stick with knowledge right now. When you acquire more knowledge, guess what? You can get more pay for that, whether it's in your business or you start your own business. So right here, we'll call this box knowledge. Oh, my spelling sucks, but whatever. That's knowledge. So when you mix your current situation with knowledge, you come out a smarter person or more knowledgeable. And based off of you having that knowledge, let's say you took that knowledge, you use ChatGPT to create an AI GPT that helps people identify their bad spending habits. You have a little business right here. Well, not little business, but you got a business right here, side hustle. Side hustle business. Because you blended these two together, and this now becomes your new reality. Because you got that business now becomes your current situation. And the cycle starts again. This cycle never ends until you pass away. And if you're looking to increase your wealth, you just got to follow this simple formula: your current situation, your desired destination, where you are, what you need to help you get to that desired situation. And then once you achieve that, that now becomes your new reality. And it's just a simple cycle over and over again. So how you apply this to yourself: you want to get a raise? That's your current situation. Ask your boss, what do I need to do to get a raise? And they'll tell you exactly what you need to do. And once they give you that information, you can use that, apply it to yourself, come back when you're ready. Now you get that raise. You're looking to make more income. This is you. You got a skill. All right, let me take that skill and create a business. Now that business becomes your new reality and you start making more money. This is what most people won't do. Most people won't do this to win because it's too time consuming. They don't have enough money. You don't need any money to start a business. You just need one solid idea. Stick with it, try it out. If it doesn't work, you're back to the drawing board. You can even use this for a business, as a business model. You have the idea, you take the idea, you create steps, you go out into the marketplace, see if people want it. They say, yeah, we want it. Now you got a business. Now that business becomes your new reality and you start again. How do I grow this business? Okay, I'm making some money. Let me do some advertising. Your product plus the advertising gives you more customers. And then you start again. And it just keeps going and going. It's just a continuous loop. So this is definitely something that you can use for your self-development, a business, whatever it may be. Don't be like most people. Be like the 1%. Go out and do something different. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. When you're in a place of comfort, nothing can happen for you. Nothing happens when you're in a place of comfort. For example, let's take a tree. Let's say an apple tree, okay? You have a little seed right here. That's the seed, right? And this is the ground. That's where the seed is growing in the ground. You plant the seed, but guess what? Nothing happens because there's no water, no nothing, right? But that seed needs to become uncomfortable by trying to spread itself and break open the shell that it has to like start to come above, right? And once it starts to break there and it has that little, what they call a root, that root starts to say, okay, let me start planting myself in the ground. It's almost like it's building its foundation when it does that, right? In the dirt, it's so hard to move because it's so compact and compressed. That's like everything that happens beneath the ground comes to light. And with the apple tree, it's struggling, but it's almost like it's building up its resilience to say, you know what, I can do this. I can get out of it. Just like you, right? So as the root comes up, it boom bursts through the ground, and you got this little thing, this little twiggy thing that's coming out the ground, which ends up becoming the stem or the trunk. And little by little, it just keeps growing and growing, and then it grows some petals, and it's like, okay, I'm a little flower, and then from the flower it says, all right, let me grow a bit bigger. Oh, I'm getting a lot of sunlight and some water. Now I got a tree trunk, and let me grow some branches. And then the branches grow some leaves. And then eventually you start getting little buds. And those little buds ends up becoming apples. I know this is like terrible drawing, but you get what I'm trying to do here. And then you have an apple tree. And it starts because of the seed. So in the beginning it was hard because it was compressed on the ground. Once you come above ground, there's nothing stopping you except gravity. But when you're below ground, you have everything fighting against you. So to get over this, you got to go through the the dirt in order to get to come up through the ground, and then you become the apple tree. So that wraps up this video. If you found value in this video, make sure to hit the subscribe button to keep up to date with the channel, and I'll see you on the next video.